Welcome to the channel. In this video, we are going to be doing 3 big workouts. Don't have to do all 3, but they're 3 sections, 10-minute Emon, another 10-minute Emon, and then a finisher outside. So the plan is to do the Dan John, I think it's called the Armour plated workout, which involves 2 kettlebell cleans into 1 strict press into 3 front squats. That's the first 10 minutes, and that's going to be done on Emon. I'm actually going to do that with a 10 kilo weighted pack on as well, just to add a bit more weight. Then you're going to go into a snatch progressive ladder as well for the 10 minutes on an Emon style. And then you're going to finish off outside. Sandbag squats, which is great because you can sort of hug that sandbag and get nice and deep into that squat position. It really teaches you how to squat well. Into some kettlebell swings, into some farmer walks with those kettlebells. So you're getting a lot of good grip stuff there as well. And then you finish off with a whole load of skipping. 3 or 4 rounds of that. Again, you can skip forward to each part you need to see if you want to. Right, enough chat, you'll see what I mean. I'll see you in there in about 2 seconds. Oh, of course, do get a big warm up in there as well. Load of kettlebell stuff, some nice deep squats, just moving around before you go into anything like this for a good 5-10 minutes. Job done. Right, so I put the timer on again. So again, it's an Emon, every minute on the minute. It's gonna be that combination, 2 cleans, 1 strict press and 3 squats. With 10 kilos here, using 2 20 kilo kettlebells, for 10 minutes. Okay, this is the first block, it's the first Emon. Alrighty, you'll hear the bang, and here we go. So as I sort of said, 2 cleans, powering it into the body, 1, 2, 1 strict press, 1, and then into 3 deep front squats. Keeping those elbows in tight, nice and deep down. And then reset the move, and then rest. So, as you can see, it's almost 50-50 with the rest there. It's a nice big explosive, well, a nice big powerful ballistic move with the cleans, the front squats, and it's gonna hit pretty much every muscle in the body, this, and quite taxing. Also, it's gonna get the heart rate up too. So, just rest until that next minute starts, and away you go again for the little combination of 2, 1, 3. God, it's not even hard to remember, but I keep forgetting. All right, so again, drawing the kettlebells back into you. You're gonna come in with that clean, 1, 2, 1 strict press, 1, and then nice deep squats for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Rest. So 20 kilos, 40 kilos, 50 kilos. So you're getting like a sort of 50 kilo front squat in there for 3 reps, which will total for 30 reps after the 10 round. The strict press, obviously just with the kettlebells, is nice. And actually, it just means that the second circuit I'm about to do, which we'll talk about, snatch, will be more on the shoulders, more metabolic, and a higher reps. So, whoo, round 3 coming up. Okay, it's a lovely move. All right, watch out, dogs. So again, hopefully you can see, drawing those kettlebells back into the body, hiking up for a clean, 1, power, 2, 1 strict press, 1, and then squat, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Down. Rest. So, it's approximately 35 seconds of work. Sorry, 25 seconds of work with that 35 seconds rest. That's gonna be a bit tougher throughout, obviously, because it's gonna build up as we go along. But it's a nice, simple way to get some really good quality reps. I love the clean, and if you saw my last video about the cleans that I did last week, this is actually quite a nice way to progress by adding the plate, rather than buying heavier kettlebells, because kettlebells are so hard to go up incrementally. So adding a bit more weight onto the body just makes it a bit more taxing. And 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. Nice. And again, good quality reps, nice deep range of motion, strict press for the shoulders, nice deep front squat, bracing the abs tight. It's going to get the heart rate up as well, so that's 147 now. That heart rate is cracking up because the rest period is very short, so This is, again, the cool thing about kettlebells, which people talk about all the time, is the fact that you're mixing both strength and endurance at the same time. This is increasing your VO2 max. It's also increasing your mitochondria, which is another subject I'm going to talk about later. But it's just amazing how you can sort of tie in so much with one simple thing. All right. Go on, dogs. Out. Go on. 1, 2, 1, and 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. Come on, buddy, out. Ah. Of course, got the extra. Anyway, all right, 24 seconds. Yeah, this pack, by the way, this is cheap too. This is from Decathlon. This is about 50 pounds, and I use it a lot for rucking with as well. Also other metabolic stuff outside, but when I take those two dogs out for walks in the woods for about an hour or so, I generally put this one on just to increase the whole overall effort and make it a bit more zone 2, which again works really well with this sort of stuff. All right, here we go. And 1, 2, strict press. 1, squat. 3, 2, 1. Nice. And almost gets a bit easier as well, because you're warming up, as I sort of said before with a few other reps out there, last circuit like this, around about the round 4 or 5, your body gets to warm up a bit more, your central nervous system sparking, and those front squats don't feel half as taxing as they did, because you're nice and loose and warm. If anything, it starts to feel easier, but you get that overall systemic fatigue of the whole session, which kicks in at around about sort of 7, 8. But it's good stuff, really good. All right, 5 seconds. Here we go. Again, drawing those kettlebells back in. Clean up, 1, and 2, strict press. 1, rack in, elbows in tight, breathe. 3, 2, 1, nice. Down. Again, the breathing is crucial to create that intramuscular tension with the abdomen. Keeps everything nice and tight down there, nice and strong, nice and secure. So generally, as a rule of thumb, good breathe in on the way down, and nice breathe out on the way up. You probably not might notice me doing that sort of funny sound. I find it quite, especially when you're more explosive with a lift, is to breathe out a little bit more explosively. Don't overthink the breathing. I said this before, it kind of messes up your head if you're trying to do too much at once. But generally, that is a good rule of thumb. All right, here we go. So again, cleaning the kettlebells back into the body for 2, 1, and 2, nice strict press. 1, into the front squats, elbows in. 3, and 2, and 1. Yeah, it's nice. So after this and after that, I've got something else juicy coming, so stay tuned, stick around for the next 2 circuits. Hopefully I've got enough energy in me to do them. There's a small chance, yeah, we'll see. I might just combine the 2 into 1. But last night I was thinking about what I want to do this morning, and this is the perfect combination of getting some heavier reps in, a bit more stimulus on the legs as well, and just a bit more of control, again using that Emon fashion, which is so nice because it takes the stress out of thinking too much. Again, kettlebells in, clean, 1, and up, 2, strict press, 1, squat, 3, 2, 1, down. Whew. Whew. The one thing I will say though, about if you do choose to wear the vest, keep it kind of loose, because it does kind of can restrict the breathing a fraction. That's why there's a lot of people who do a lot of rocking tend to sort of say that actually to keep the weight on the back, keep the chest open as opposed to the Armour style ones. But if you do have it, because you're not jumping, moving around too violently, you don't have to have it too tight. You don't want it too tight, so therefore it just enables the rib cage to expand as you naturally want to do it. It does change the dynamic of the movement slightly, sort of the biomechanics of it, but what it does do is add in that lovely bit of extra stimulus on the legs. 1, 2, strict, 1, and 3, 2, 1. Okay, again, each round shouldn't be to fatigue. It shouldn't be that taxing. It's not about exhausting yourself, it's about getting quality reps in on each little round you do. So if it's too much, drop the weight, or less, you know, maybe decrease the reps. Start off with 1, 1, 1, maybe if the front squats at 3 is too much. You don't want to smash your body to pieces, especially for this first Emon, this first 10-minute block. This should be sustainable, it should be doable, with good form throughout, even in the last 10th rep or 10th set. It's different to that sort of burpee Emon that I did the other day. I was going up in a ladder. This is controlled, this is quality. Okay, that's it. That's a 10, I think. Again, you see, it wasn't that taxing for me there. I should probably go up to 24s now. I've actually got a 24 coming today, but obviously I've got 24 and actually I had 28. Got those two 20s and I got 40. I've got the dumbbells down here as well. But as I sort of said, that's why it's quite hard to incrementally go up in weight when you do kettlebell stuff, because obviously they are quite expensive, I'm not gonna lie. And also, in order to have loads of them, it's gonna A, take a bit of space, and B, be quite expensive. So just try and think of other ways to make them a bit tougher. Of course, you can increase the reps on the Emon or add a bit of weight like this. Right, moving on to the next circuit. So the Emon style, so this is another complex. All we're gonna do is gonna go up from snatches, every minute on the minute. It's gonna be 6 on the left, and then next minute 6 on the right. Next minute 7 on the left, 7 on the right. Next minute 8, 8, so on and so on and so on for that 10-minute block. We're gonna start in about 10 seconds. Okay, and again, this is much more metabolic, and you should be nicely warmed up from the first complex there of the heavier stuff. Okay, and we're gonna go 6 on the right, snatches. So up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What happened there? Right. Still recording? Testing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're still recording. Okay, so as you can see, that was 6 on the right, now 6 on the left. Again, a nice little rest here for those first 6, because they're nice explosive, nice and ballistic, nice and quick. But it's a great complex because it's going to become very metabolic. It's going to help to, again, increase the VO2 max, increase the mitochondria, both health and sort of everything in mitochondria, but also help for body composition, strip some fat down, and away we go for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. 6 reps. So 6 on the left, 6 on the right. And now we go, obviously, 7 on the left, 7 on the right, or vice versa, whatever it is. But the idea is to do a 10-minute Emon going up each one of snatches. First few rounds should be quite easy, but then we're gonna get more taxing as we get into high numbers, obviously. But it's a good one here. So back to the right in about 20 seconds. Okay, 10 seconds. And here we go. Nice strong cleans, nice strong snatches, sorry. Up into the body. 3, 2, 1, and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. That's 20 seconds of work roughly. Gives you plenty of rest for the next side. And again, because you're going up in Emon, but also because you're switching sides, you're making sure you're getting an adequate amount of rest on each side, on the shoulder, on that arm. So you're not smashing one side completely either. But it's still extremely taxing, metabolically demanding, and just working obviously the core and the legs throughout all of this. But it's a nice one. It loosens the whole body off, and there's just something so beautiful about this move. I need to practice a little bit more on my left side. My right, his left is a bit sticky at the moment, so I just need to be a bit more loose. Make sure I swing it up, clean up nicely. Okay, 7 on the left, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice. And again, also works your grip lovely. That drop catch, that position, makes your hand strong, makes that grip strong. And grip is key. Again, if you're about to lift something heavy, or pull yourself up on those pull-up bars, or press something heavy, whatever you want to do, whatever you're doing, if you grip that bar, grip that thing hard before you push it or pull it, it just sends a message to your brain that you're about to lift something heavy, and it just makes it feel just more connected, but neurologically more just on point, if you know what I mean. Okay, so 6, 7 now, so 8 on the right. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. So the key now I would have seen, actually, I don't know if you probably noticed there, but I've actually got the Nike Metcons on. These are the Nike Metcons 8, I think. They have a slightly higher stack, or a slightly higher drop, obviously. Just keeps your heel a little bit higher. For those front squats, for that first complex, it feels nice. They're actually pretty good in the width too, so your toes can still splay, but they have a hard base. So you do feel the ground nicely, and you have a good connection. So for this sort of stuff, actually I really do quite like them. Haven't worn them for a while. You don't have to. You can do barefoot, you can do zero drop, whatever you want to do, but make sure your toes can still splay. You want to feel that big toe down. All right, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good actually. It's not too bad. This. I thought it could be a little bit more demanding, but it seems to be okay. So next round will be 9 and 9. So 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9. I think we get to 10, 10. All right. So back to the right for 9. Okay, let's just change the grip slightly, or position. 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nice. 30 seconds. Perfect. Ooh, I haven't really eaten much today either as well. Just had a protein shake, well, scoop of whey protein, some cocoa powder, banana, blended it up with, not a banana actually, blended it up with some kefir and some blueberries and a dash of milk. That's all I've had so far, which is fine. I like to get something in me. That's another whole subject about food, but I tend to rather have something in my stomach now. I used to train too much fasted. I found that caused a few issues, which I'll talk about in another video. All right, 9, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's good. Nice. And again, don't know if I've sort of talked about this, but I do like to sometimes keep the other side tight, keep it connected. So I tend to try and hopefully remember to clench my fist that side. Let's see if I've got 10 now. Yeah. Ooh. It's good. It feels nice. Okay, it's 10, 10. 10 on the right, 10 on the left, and that's the job done. All right. 3, 2, 1, 10. 9. 8, squeeze the glutes. 7. 6, let the bell carefully fall. 5, harpoon in the hand. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, I just think, touch wood, my shoulders have felt great in the last sort of 4 or 5 months of ramping up the kettlebells. You know, no more sort of twingy, weird issues from that bench, I find, because the kettlebells can just naturally let your shoulders, your shoulder girdle, your scapula flow, move in the way it wants to move. There's no sort of restriction as opposed with the barbell and things. Again, horses for courses, or courses for horses, whatever it is. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I'll set. 3, 2, 1, 10, 9. Watch out, watch out, go on, go on. No, 9, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh, Woody, come on. 3. Got out with that ball. Okay, slightly messed up. 2, that last round. 1 more. 1. Okay, ideally, don't have the dogs around when you're doing this one, especially on the high rep one at the ends. Right, 16 seconds. And I think that's the second 10-minute Emon done. Third round, third Emon, bit juicy, slightly different. Still kettlebells. We're gonna chuck in a sandbag too. All done for reps. This one here is gonna be a 50 kilo sandbag. We're gonna pick it up and we're gonna go for deep squats, okay, for 15. Okay, the cool thing about the sandbag squat, as I show you here, rack it up so up. Okay, clasp it here, hold it down low. It just teaches you to squat. And that's almost perfect position. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Show you from here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Again from here. Just means you get your back in that perfect nice degree angle. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From there, you're going to grab 2 kettlebells, 10 swings into farmer's walks, double swings. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, to tax that grip even more and get the heart rate going, we're going to walk up and down for about 45 seconds. Okay, dead simple. I'll just record 1 round of this, but the idea is to do 3 or 4 rounds as a nice finisher. So, farmer's carries at the end. Again, really testing that grip strength and just overall body. Also a great one for the traps, the biceps. Oh God, the dogs are not helping. Okay, so again, up and down for approximately 45 seconds. I don't know where we are now. Okay, nice and steady. 45 seconds. Okay, move, 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 move. Okay. Oh, okay, I won't record any more rounds of this because this will be very tedious and boring, but you get the drill. So 45 seconds of farmer's walks after the swings, after the sandbag squats, and then you finish off this little circuit with 100 skips. This is a weighted rope, and the cool thing about skips is just the fact that, again, it can be done anywhere, so cheap, but it's just nice and light to get that aerobic movement on the body, especially when you've been picking up the heavy kettlebells, just to bounce in a nice rhythm
for about 100 reps. Again, I've actually got no clue right now because I'm talking. So I'm going to go on for roughly what I think is 100 reps, alternating, but just good up and bouncing up and down. It's great for your health, great for lymphatic drainage, great for your body just to bounce up and down. And again, it becomes quite taxing, quite metabolic because it gets the heart rate up too. But it's a good old move, the jump squat. So just up and down for 45 seconds, well, so up and down for 100 skips. I think I've probably gone on here. Again, I like to play around with the moves, with the feet. And that's it. So I won't do that again a few more times. But as you can see, it's a cool circuit there, starting off with that sort of complex with a heavier weight, with the 2 cleans, the 3 squats, with the 2 cleans, 1 strict press, and the 3 squats for 10 rounds. And then go into those snatches and that ladder progression, and then finish off out here with that grip with those lovely sandbags. If you've got that. If you don't worry, you can use the kettlebell, but just keep it quite low, make sure you're nice to get a deep squat there. But I do love that sort of bear hug sandbag type thing. Those double kettlebell swings, super good again for the hips and grip, and then farmer's walks, just taxing for everything with a nice light skip at the end, just to sort of loosen everything off before you go into the second round. Idea is 2 or 3 rounds of that, 3 or 4 rounds of that, job done. Right, that's it. Please click that like and subscribe button if you haven't. If you have, then thank you very much. And yeah, ping me any sort of messages in regards to other training videos or other videos you want me to do. Again, I know that diet is another one that I should be getting on out there soon, but anyway, right, that's it. Take care, thanks for watching.